Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And got a good one for you today because there's a word that nobody wants to use right now. And we have to start using it. So let's get into it right away, guys. First things first, Michael Lembeck, who is my go-to guy when it comes to real estate for anything above a single unit, okay? Multiple units. He sent me a great story about a mall here in Southern California that's pretty famous, and it's the malls at Mission Viejo, shops at Mission Viejo. In other words, the Mission Viejo Mall. This mall just defaulted on a $295 million loan, okay? This mall is owned by Simon Properties, which is the largest mall owner in the country. Wow. Okay. So first things first, guys, that's huge. They're not making their payments. And again, there's a group, an organization called the TREP Group that follows commercial real estate. TREP issued an alert, and the TREP alert was there's major headwinds for this mall. Now, here's the thing about this, and I'll go check this mall out for you guys later on, but the shops at Mission Viejo, this is a really South Orange County, high-end city that is beautiful. There is no other mall near this area. You got to drive up the freeway to go to the Irvine Spectrum, which is outdoors. You then have to go up the freeway even more to Fashion Island, or inland a little bit to South Coast Plaza. This is a place that had everything, had all the different restaurants, had all the high-end shops, Macy's, all that stuff. Done, guys. Done, daroo, finished, and that's that. Look at the tide out here, guys. The tide's really crashing in, but just get a shot of that for a minute. So, Simon Properties, first of all, here's the thing that floored me. They said that they're a 95% occupancy for all their malls, and that around the country, the average rate per square foot is $55 a square foot. That seems incredibly high. It just does. And, again, I want to thank Michael for the story because it does stuff like this should be in the local paper. It's not. And it took a commercial real estate guy to send me this. Thank God he's local. And again, I'll have this guy on the show soon because he's just a really connected guy and really knows properties. And he's seeing major problems. Now, Roche, okay, sends me a story and says, Dan, it's time. It's time to quit saying that things are going to be bad and that what we're living through is bad. And we need to use the D word. We need to use the word depression and talk about how bad things are going to get in the coming months. Okay, I believe that. And I got to give Roche, credit for this because nothing is good right now, guys. And you guys can sit there and call me Mr. Doom and Gloom and all this stuff, but this is all about preparing your business, preparing your personal finances, everything to make sure that everything is in order right now. That's all you can do. That is all you can do is take care of this and get ready. Valicia, she sent me something that was unbelievable. By the way, very pretty name, Valicia, okay? That she said this was absolutely floored her and saw this late at night and said, I got to save this for Dan. And you guys, this is one of those buy now, pay laters in the UK, okay? Which the way that this works, guys, is really simple. You want to buy something. You want to buy something even small. You want to buy makeup. You want to buy hair care products. You want to buy a bicycle. You can do buy now, pay later where you buy it, and they'll give you the option to pay this in 3 months if you've got okay credit. The problem with this is that mathematically, over 60% of these people do not pay this off. And the interest rate on this is 30%. 39%. Pardon me, I didn't even sell it right. 39%, guys. So take a look at this. Absolutely insane. But, we've seen people use this more and more, and it's growing. It's getting busier, bigger. People are broke. People, I gotta have that. I gotta have my hair care products. And it's funny, I met with a friend this week, and we're sitting down going through a budget, and hair, makeup, all this stuff. Beautiful woman, okay? Telling me how I don't care. I would sleep in my car before I got rid of getting my hair done, which I thought was funny. But the more I talked to her about it, the more she was concerned about this being included in her budget. There wasn't, hey, can you do your hair yourself? Oh, you would have thought I asked her for a loan because it just went off so bad. No, of course not. You can't do that. Okay. So everybody's different. Everybody's got the budget. Let me show you guys a little bit of this place. We see a lot of this place I'm at the Montage, by the way. Weddings and stuff like this. And it's crazy, guys. This place is beautiful. It really is. But all the grounds, you got the pool up here, you got a couple of pools here. You got this one up here, and then you got the one over to the side over there. But what's nice is at night, you can rent the fire pit. Fire pit's included. Oh, wow, they are starting to, look, I said there's no wedding, and they're starting to set up for a wedding right now. So bringing all the pretty flowers in for that. Now, Jennifer's a local appraiser here in Southern California. And she wrote me talking about two things. Number one, people are stuck. People don't realize that just because they put all this money in their house, my house is worth more than anybody else's on the street. Not anymore. No one cares. Oh my gosh, you've got granite, you've got, the high-end fixtures and so appliances that nobody else has. No one cares. They just don't. It's not worth a thing. It's not going to do anything more. But she brought up a great point, Dan. Ask about this. And that is, what's going on with local business? And her dry cleaner is down 40%. 40%. Now, my dry cleaner, I thought, you know what, that's a good, I'm going to ask my dry cleaner because I'm in there. Got to have pressed shirts, guys, And, is that a seal or is that? Oh wow, you got a seal down there. I don't see him, but there's a seal down there barking away. So my dry cleaner is off 25%. Hers is off 40%. And they're cutting back, trying not to charge people more money, which is fitting, you know what I mean? You don't want to pay any more money for this right now. But that led me to ask people again, how's business? How's the first part of 2023 going for you? And everybody's saying it off. All the contractors I know, they're off. The lenders, they're done. They're finished. They're getting into more creative finance and getting into things that they haven't done since the last downturn. Here's the thing that people don't want to talk about, but need to take a look at, and that is during 2006 and 2007, that's when things started to peak last time. That's when you had things go upside down. And people don't want to sit there and go, oh, wait a second, maybe things were bad then. Yeah, they were horrible at that time. People were overextended, and I'm not going to be able to get out to the seal right now. Let me just get a shot, walk down here and see if I can see the seal for you. The tide's in so much that I can't get down to the beach down there. But anyways, business was bad in 06 and 07, and people started to feel it desperately. And that's what you're seeing now. And the problem with this is that, well, wait a second, I need to fund my business. And I have people that present investment ideas and, clients that say, hey, what can we do with this guy's business? And everybody's undercapitalized right now. People don't have enough money to run the place. Now, this happens a lot with small mom and pop businesses where you open up a restaurant, and the thing I always tell people is, what happens if nobody comes? Well, I know so many people, they're all going to eat here. Well, no, they're going to eat here once. They're going to do that for you because they're your friend. But what happens if nobody comes to this place? How much money do you have that you can support this place until the end of time? What's that look like? Oh, nobody wants to do that math. Well, I have enough money to do this for 60 days. It's not enough. You need to do it for a year is what you need. And nobody wants to hear that. So you can see how the beach is closed right here because I just can't get down there. So anyways, the next thing is Savita Subramanian. Who is that? That is the analyst for Bank of America who wants to tell you, and Bank of America is getting on board the depression board, and that is, this is going to be unlike anything that you've looked like in our lifetime. This is going to be totally different. Now, from talking to the real estate experts, here's my spin of why things are going to get worse in 2008, and that is, you're going to see people lose their jobs. You're going to see husband and wives that may have made a lot of money. I'm talking 25, 30 grand a month between the two of them, but they built their lifestyle to that, to where they've got an $8,000 a month house payment. They're done, guys. They don't have the money saved. They don't have $500,000 saved. They don't have anything saved right now for a downturn. So when things go south, and they're going to, and you see these layoffs continue, they're stuck, guys. They're going to lose the home. But the problem with it right now is that this is what's happening more and more and more. Larry Summers, the old Fed Treasury from Clinton, who just, I'm telling you, this guy might as well have his own talk show right now, because all there is news about Larry Summers. And talking about how there is such a downturn right now that's coming, and we need to see unemployment at 10%. I believe unemployment is much higher than 10%. I believe that we're being lied to about how it is right now, the work situation, everything. I just do. You guys can share your thoughts on that stuff and let me know, but Savita Subramanian, what do you guys think? Do you think this is going to be worse? Is it time to use the D word? What do your local businesses say? We've got a worldwide audience here. And when I get people from Ireland, from the UK, from Israel, from all over the place, talking to me about how everybody's battening down the hatches, everybody's seeing something different. One thing that we saw is traveled a little bit in January for business, and met clients, met a sponsor, and some cool stuff that's happening with me. But their travel, their limitations, they sent people from out of the country to travel to the States, and hey, here's your limit that you can spend on each meal from now on. And well, what if we want to entertain? You don't take guys like Dan out, okay? So that's how it is right now. So share your thoughts on this stuff if you're seeing different things, because this is the beginning. And I appreciate everybody sending me all the different news items and everything. There's just so much going on right now. But let's go up the hill a little bit and see what's going on. Now at the montage, this is the smaller pool, and you've got the bigger pool that was over there that overlooks the weddings and the green belts and things like this. Just a nice place, It really is beautiful. It's incredibly expensive, but I keep hearing the seal out there, so hopefully we get a shot of that today. Hello. So, just a beautiful day. I found the seals. Just out swimming and having a good time. Sorry, it's not the best shot. Lois sent me a story that you're going to see happen more and more right now. And that is that as companies try to juggle their finances and try to stay open right now, they're just not going to be able to do it. There are no more quick fixes. There are no more PPP loans. There's no more EIDL. There is nothing. Lois sends me this story about a pool company in San Diego that has dozens and dozens of pools unfinished, and the company went bust. Now, the problem with the pool industry is that it relies heavily on subcontractors. You may own the company, you may have somebody that digs you the hole, you may have somebody that does the rebar and set the reinforcement up, then you may have another company that does the gunite and does the cement work. Then you have somebody that does the electrical, somebody that does the plumbing. A lot of these guys do this stuff. The problem with this is Superior Pools in San Diego. When you read the story below, I don't believe that their intent was to harm people, but they blame COVID. They blame not being able to get people to work for them. But the problem that you have is that This is horrific. This is not a half-finished roof, guys. This is a hole in the ground. This is something that is plumbed and probably not inspected, and you have to look at certain things that are not done when it comes to a pool. The story talks about how, I don't want anybody to talk about, to work on this because we don't know if it's to code or not. That's a huge disaster. And for somebody to walk in at that point and overtake that responsibility, that's very rarely do pool guys sit there and want to take on somebody else's nightmare. My ex-in-laws had a pool company, and this was in the 90s, guys, when I first started dating their daughter, and they came to me and said, what can we do? Because the plaster company wasn't paid on the job, and they wanted an additional $7,000 because they put a lien in our house. And I helped them negotiate that, but they ended up having to pay a handsome amount. And a lot of these people are going to deal with this in the coming months because they're going to wake up and realize that Superior Pools didn't pay people along the way. And it is horrible that they couldn't get people to finish jobs and you couldn't get workers to complete things. But financially, with the stage payments, they've got one woman that paid $150,000, refinanced her house, took a loan against her house for $150,000 and has a hole in the ground. That's it, guys. But she got a $150,000 bill and paid them too much in advance. So horrible, guys. That you're going to see this happen more and more and more. And once again, a doctor, I had met with her, a week and a half ago, and she was talking about remodeling. And I said, this is how you do it. This is the only way to do it right now, is you lay everything out, you lay out the stage payments in advance. And also you have to the contractor has to guarantee a start date, guarantee a finish date, or there's a daily penalty, $500 a day. And you're gonna get contractors say, well, we can't do that. We don't know if this stuff is gonna be the wrong contractor. Because you need to have somebody that's going to commit to your remodel. Let's say it's a room addition, which is what hers is. With the room addition, they need to guarantee the cement, the flooring, everything. And I want you to guarantee that this stuff is in stock. So the contractor has to do something they never do, which is homework and making sure that they can get everything for you that's going to complete that job. Very simple, guys. And people just don't do this. Just don't, okay? I was walking through Huntington Beach the other day, and a woman, Cassandra, came up to me and said, my dad's a huge fan of yours, and I'm going to try to get to his auto body shop. But I want to tell you the story of this because it goes to this. And the guy does auto body repair. And all his workers, a competitor down the street, offered him $2 more an hour. $2 more an hour. So think about it. They work 40 hours a week. That's $80 more a week. And they walked off the job to go work at a competitor's auto body place. Ha ha ha, we showed you. It's ridiculous, guys. But that's the shape of the working environment and working economy right now, and getting employees right now. So if you think that real estate's not going to be affected by this, commercial real estate, that guy's body shop, you're going to see more and more Superior Pools happen right now than ever before. You're going to see more and more businesses go out of business right now than ever before. So share your thoughts on this stuff, guys. Let me know what you think about this. And I think, again, shape of things to come, guys. Shape of things to come. This is just like 06 and 07, where you start to see businesses run out of money. Can't get stuff completed. That's what's going to happen. And don't fall victim to this, okay? You have to look at real estate right now and take this seriously, because this is not looking good around the country. And I'm going to give you two examples as to why things are changing dramatically and very quickly. San Francisco saw crazy increases during 2020 and 2021 for that matter. Now it's 2023 and you're seeing housing prices drop like never before. In fact, real estate prices have dropped 35% over the last year. 35%, guys. That is huge. Now, the sales, and there's 8 counties that encompass the Bay Area. In the 8 counties that encompass the Bay Area, the average house is down, think about this, $540,000. Sales in January off 37%. Okay, 37%. That's the shape of things to come. Now, San Francisco, guys, I'm telling you, I would rather live at the bottom of a birdcage, okay, than walk the streets of San Francisco and live in San Francisco because of just how dirty and how disgusting and how wrong that place is right now. But imagine the businesses. If Dan feels this way, who else feels this way, okay? I know of so many people that skipped JP Morgan this year because they didn't want the threat of San Francisco, just like the threat of New York or Chicago or these other big cities that are unsafe right now and disgusting and dirty. So I'd rather spend my money someplace else. Now, Josh Altman has a real estate listing that is unbelievable right now. Josh Altman from $1 Million Listing, Los Angeles. I love Josh Altman. Love him for a few reasons. Number one, the one thing he doesn't really talk about is that this guy was in the mortgage industry during the last real estate downturn and lost it all. Him and his brother Matt got cleaned out, okay? But Josh came back bigger than ever. He's got the show, got everything going on with him. Now has an office here in Orange County with his pretty wife Heather, and they're absolute players. But they are victims of what's going on in the real estate market as well. Think about this. They have a property at 1035 Stradella up in LA, beautiful, 12,000 square feet, and this place has never been lived in, new construction. They are giving the agent that brings a qualified buyer that closes before April 1st a $1 million bonus. The house is $12 million, excuse me, I almost blew that. House is $27,995,000. It's a $28 million house, but there's a $1 million bonus packed in this from the builder to pay out to the agent that brings the pot of gold and somebody that's going to buy this. Now, most of us are never going to make $28 million in our lifetimes, but this is a specific buyer. This is somebody that is big time and a player. When you see this house, they made a TikTok on it, which I'll include below. That is crazy, but guys, this is it. This is the beginning of the downturn. Look at the signs around you. Look at rich people. Look at what Josh Altman's doing. And you can call him any name you want. That guy knows his stuff. That guy's a hard grinding closer. That people go to get that guy tied to deals because he's going to squeeze out every dollar he can from the buyer and he's going to get the seller as much money as he can. So, you know, I think that's the same side. I think I just pitched him on that. Anyways, I'd love to meet Josh. Love to have him on the show someday. I'd love to walk properties with that guy. Josh Flagg, Tracy, any of them. I'm telling you, they're just gold star, okay? Anyways, what do you guys think about that? $1 million bonus on a $28 million house. The beginning, guys, 2006, 2007, all over again. That's what we're living through right now. So share your thoughts on this stuff, guys. What are you seeing that's different right now? Tell me. Oh, Dan, it's all good. Everything's great. Restaurants that don't want to give out condiments. Restaurants that don't want to give out napkins. Restaurants that don't want to give you any extra service that they can. Okay? Terrible. You're seeing it with businesses. You're seeing the pool companies closed, the contractors closed, people that are down 30 and 40%. And again, same thing that's happening now, that happened in 06 and 07 is what people did for advertising is not working right now. Now it's different, a lot more online advertising, but people are not responding to it. People are not spending the money and people are not doing the advertising. People are not responding to it and people are not having successful advertisements like they did before. So let me know if you guys are seeing this. But would this interest you? If you had let's say you're in a $500,000 house and they said, hey, there's a $25,000 bonus for the guy that sells his house. Would that interest people? Would that spur people on a completely smaller, different scale? Let me know that, guys, because I'm really curious about that. Got this dog down here on the beach. I have good news and I have bad news as I finish this video. Good news is I have 3 great stories to finish this video. Bad news is they're just setting up for mom yoga and I'll be gone by the time everybody gets here. These dudes showing up early, no one cares about them, okay? Mustafa Quadri, he's a guy here in Orange County, Irvine, California. This guy went out and borrowed $2.8 million worth of PPP loans. Okay? He bought expensive cars with the money. Sham businesses. No one's going to find out. Think about that, guys. $2.8 million. Bought Bentleys, Ferraris, Audis, all these really expensive cars. And now he's going to spend 4.5 years in prison. Then the next one is Heath Quadri out of Rochester. He borrowed $1 million of PPP money, story is below, but he used dead people instead. So he was a little more innovative, but guess what? Dead people don't pay their bills. Okay? Hi, looking for John. John's been dead for a while. Okay? So Heath's gonna do a little jail time into it. He got indicted and allegedly he did this stuff. So allegedly he's going to prison for a while. Final story is the one and only Amazon, guys. They're wanting their employees back 3 to 4 days a week right now. And people are balking. You're an executive, you work at Amazon, you're coming back. So, once again, people are getting ready for mom yoga. And I'm sorry I'm gonna miss it for you guys today. So, there's no yoga teas. Okay? Onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon. Please do not forget to hit the like button. I forgot to say that in the beginning because I was so overwhelmed with the D word, okay? So you need to stay away from D, which is depression, okay? Financial depression, that is. That's what I'm talking about. Share the video with everybody. Don't forget we have an email list. And if you want more exclusive content, there is Patreon below that you can sign up for and get more content from me. We have an email going out in the next couple of days. And final thing, guys. People keep writing me about my birthday. My birthday is the 25th. If you would like to send cards or letters or anything, getting gifts and stuff from you guys, which is so awesome, and I appreciate each and every one of you, the P.O. box is below. Onward and upward, guys. I'll see you soon.